Hello, this is Nick, and in this video we are going to explain you how to add all the devices to the K1 connector. In the previous video we explained you how to download the ELRO Connects app and how to configure the K1 connector. When you have done this successfully, you can go to the next step, and that is where we are now. What we are going to do is that we are going to add all the devices we have in the ELRO Connects range, which is the fire safety group, which is the security group, which is the comfort group, which is the elderly people group. To start with the fire safety group, what I'll be doing is that I'm going to show you how to add the devices. I'll do this for all devices so you'll know how to add them. I go into the ELRO Connects app and I go to the device page. In the device page you have in the right top corner the button add, where you click on and then you're able to add all the devices you want to add. In the app you see the explanation of how to do it. What it says is that you have to click all the buttons which are on the devices 3 times and then the device is being added to the K1 connector. What I'll do is I'll show you for all devices how to do it. I'll start with the water detector. What you have to do is you have to connect the 2 iron dots on the bottom of the water detector. What I did with my 2 fingers is that I connected them and you will hear the beep already. What you can do is you can make your fingers a little bit wet to make sure that the connection is very powerful. And you try to produce 3 short beeps. It can take a while, sometimes you have to try it a few times, but eventually it will add to the app. And here you can see it coming into the app. So now I've successfully added the water alarm. What you can do first is that you rename the device. In my case I'll do this later because I want to add all the devices first, and later we will explain how to rename them. So what I do next is I click add again. I take the CO detector, I click it 3 times. You hear the beep as a sign that it has been added. You will see it pop up in the app. I will rename this one later too. What I'll do next is that I go to the smoke detector, I say add, I click it 3 times. You hear the beep and it's being added. I say OK. I say add heat detector. I click 3 times. You hear the beep and I say OK in the app. I take the magnetic contact. I say add. And it's being added. I take the motion detector. I click add. I click 3 times. And the motion sensor is being added. Then I go for the comfort group. First with the thermostat, I click the small button on the bottom 3 times. It's being added. I take the radiator valve, or better said radiator thermostat. I click 3 times and it's being added as well. I take the LED vibration alarm for elderly people. I say OK. I take the scene remote button. I click it 3 times and it's being added. I take the SOS button, also for elderly people. I click it 3 times and it's being added. And last but not least, we have the plug-in switch. Of course you have to plug it in, there is no batteries inside. You have to add it to the power network, and you do the same thing as you did with all the devices before. I click it 3 times and it's being added to the K1 connector group. So what you can do in the end is that you go into the device list and you pull down the screen a little bit. What's going to happen is that the screen is being refreshed. It can take a little bit longer before the devices are being added into the app. and you can check what devices have not been added successfully. I'll check those. For now, what I see is that I miss the smoke detector as far as I can see, so that I will add again. And it has been added as well. What I'll do next is that I'll explain you how to rename the devices to a decent name. What I'll do is I'll make the heat detector into the kitchen fire. So I go to the device in the right top, I say manage, and I rename the device, and I put in kitchen fire, and I say OK. And as a second example, I'll take the radiator thermostat. So I look it up, here it is, I go to manage and I say rename, and I call it bathroom, as that is the place where I'm going to install it. I say OK, and that's something you can do for all the devices, so you can relate back the devices to the location they are in. What not all users of ELRO Connects know is that the interconnection of the detectors automatically takes place or is being installed when you connect the detectors to the K1 connector. So what we did before is that we connected all the devices to the K1 connector and the app. By doing that, the interconnectivity of the detectors is already being done. To show this, we just added them all separately. When I press the button of the smoke detector, you will notice that the K1 detector gives alarm, that I will get a notification on my phone, and you'll notice that all the detectors and the LED vibration alarm will give alarm. So what I do, I press it for 5 to 8 seconds. You will hear the smoke detector give the alarm. Now I put it away. What you notice is this one goes off. We notice the heat detector going off. So basically all devices give the alarm. We just wait a little bit until the alarm is gone. And now we know that all the devices are interconnected. What not all users know as well is that the sound or the volume of the detectors in a test modus differs from the real situation. So when you have a real fire, the volume of the smoke detector will differ from what you hear in the test phase. What I just did is I took out all the batteries, I removed the K1 connector, so we are not bothered by the other detectors giving alarm. Because what I want to show you is that the volume of the smoke detector can be heard. Also for the other devices you can trigger it. You can simply do that by pushing the test button, but you keep it fixed there for approximately 12 to 14 seconds, and then you will hear the real volume. So what I do next is I'll push the test alarm. What you hear now is that the volume is rather limited. It's already quite loud, but not really loud. And we just wait a little bit. I just keep pushing it, and you will hear it by yourself. It should be in the next round. So now you clearly hear the difference in volume, and you know this is the real volume when smoke is being detected. This was a video about adding all the devices to the ELRO Connects app and the K1 connector. In the next video we will be explaining you how to set up the scenes and the automated actions, and how you can make your home really smart. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.